Hi, Sia. Hi, Rassie. Congratulations. Sia, you look like you're a man on a mission out there today. Almost look personal for you, or more personal than usual. You really flew into everything, and I saw at one stage you were really getting into your own team, geeing them up. Can you just talk us through your emotions in the game?
I think like we all wanted this game. We know how big it was, and for me, coach he basically gave me the trust when I said I'm okay. So I had to prove that to him. I couldn't go out half-heartedly. No one is gonna celebrate you if you play and you don't go flat out and when you say you're fine. Because I know there's Kwacha, there's Marco, the other guys that would want this opportunity, and we needed it today. And we also didn't start the way we wanted to start. And then second half, our coach was quite honest with us, and the way we started the second half, we did exactly what we wanted, and then the subs came on. They do what they always do because, we got tired. But this game was really big for us, and we spoke about it. After the World Cup final, this was the biggest game for us as this group. And I'm so happy for guys like Sasha to be coming in games like this, and Kanan also coming back from injury. So really happy as a group, yeah.
Sia, you guys sort of avoided answering the question in the build-up, but now 4 wins in a row over the All Blacks. That's history making. First time in the professional era for you guys, second time in the Hawks history. Is that something now you can look back on with pride and something you can build on, and maybe Rassie you can come in and say what that means to the whole team as well?
Yeah, I think it's important to understand that for us, the four wins is nice to have, but they've beaten us 6 times in a row, where we were part of, and 57-0 and 40 in Durban, and we've had big scores against them, I think 6 times in a row where they beat us. So there's nothing to brag about. They've done worse to us, but it feels good that we can put a team like this. Again, this game was like last weekend. If they won it, nobody could say they didn't deserve it. But for us, really, this week was to talk about the Freedom Cup. And I know we talk a lot about it and we say a lot about South Africa, but if you attach the Freedom Cup to that, it was special. We wanted to win this one, not necessarily for the Rugby Championship. I know there's a lot of work to do still there, but the Freedom Cup was very important for us. And I almost think the player was a bit too emotional when we started, and we weren't accurate, but we were on it, but not accurate. And then I think after half-time, we calmed a little bit and started playing a little bit better. But yeah, the Freedom Cup, I think, was the thing we wanted. The four wins against New Zealand, they have so many records that they can brag about. We won't ponder on that too long.
Sia, Rassie, congratulations. Rassie, how pleasing is it for you, from a coaching point of view, that the Springboks might not have had their best performance tonight, but still beating a team like the All Blacks?
No, because it's the All Blacks, it's special. When we had the 2 wins against Australia, I think we're 20 out of 23 games now. Out of the last 23 games, I think we won 20. So there's been some great wins, and I mean the Ireland game was a drop goal. The game we lost in the World Cup was a very last more. We could have scored a try, and then there was a lot of games which only won by 1 point. So we're very realistic about where we are. A lot of the games could have gone against us, but we respect these guys unbelievably, really. I'm not talking nonsense, You should have seen Tony now there and in the change room. And Tony put a perspective on us about the All Blacks, which it tells us a lot, which things that we didn't understand. And we understand it better, and it also makes us play better. I feel and respect them. We always respected them, but how they think, even from the haka to the individual players and the makeup of their team and how they do things, it's quite amazing what he's told us. And yeah, so it's not because it's All Blacks, it's great. It's because it's a team that we have a close relationship with, and we've struggled a lot against them, and tonight we managed to beat them.
The line-out was malfunctioning early on, wasn't it? Why was that happening, and how did you rectify it?
Yeah, can I say?
Yeah, of course.
I think it was just overthrows by the hooker. Sometimes they didn't even go up, and we threw it over, so it was a timing issue. We have to understand, a guy like Ruan, it's his fourth test or fifth test, but it's his second test against New Zealand. And he had it was a rough one last week to start and to call it. And we had Peter Steff with him there. But it was solely on him this week, so he would have learned a lot. And the All Blacks did their homework. They really contested well, and then sometimes they stayed down. And our hookers was a bit under pressure. So yeah, there was the scrums. The first two scrums we were really dominant, and then there's three where they came back and we were under the pump. So, but I think where they outbeat us was the breakdown. I think where we came totally second best. The liners weren't great, but the breakdown definitely they overshadowed us.
Yeah, to what extent do you think that we've seen that not only Springboks but the whole country benefits from this game being played as often as possible and even more in the future?
Playing against the All Blacks.
Yes.
No, I think we enjoy it. Obviously, we don't play Super Rugby anymore, so it's always special to play against them. You know, it's a game that's been going on for over 100 years now, and like Coach said, we have so much respect for them, and it's mutual respect between the two teams. We go flat out against each other on the field, and then afterwards, you know, we can have a beer together. So you can see how the people came out here last week, but I just think the people of South Africa are just hungry to watch the Springboks. So it doesn't matter who we're playing. People turn up. We're able to fill stadium. I mean, I remember a time where we played and it was empty. So I'm really glad that there's, you know, in 2025 where there will be 3 games. I think that will be huge. It will be something special. Hopefully, I'm still here.
So yeah, just in terms of the fighting spirit shown by the guys, the fact that All Blacks, like Rassie said, when you play down, you're on top, but you guys just keep going, and once you sort of engage their defense a bit ball in hand, then you got your reward from it.
Yeah, when Coach speaks to you, there's 2 options you have. It's either you're going to accept that they're doing it and you give up and you become a victim, or you fix it the next one, you keep on going, and you make a mistake, you get up and you go again. And that's what he said about Ruan. And liners are not just on Ruan, it's on everybody else. If you mess up that, look at how Ruan chases, you know, and how many tackles he makes after that. Our thing is that we're not going to give up. He says we make the promise, he said we are giving our best for the people of South Africa, and at times we're not going to win every single battle. As much as you just keep on pushing and trying and then coming together with the plans, when they're sitting there, they will tell Dwayne a message. Dwayne will come in and tell us, okay, this is not working, or you're not doing this. So that's what's good about the team, and every single person has a role in that, and we all come up with a plan together on the field.
Anybody else?
Rassie, just your thoughts on Andre and Buddy's performance. Obviously last week you had the 2 youngsters winning, and this week you had the older guys playing.
Also winning. Yeah. I think we're at a stage where these young guys are really knocking hard on the door, and I think the nice thing is you can handle it 2 ways. You can see it as competition, or you can see it as prolonging senior players' careers longer, because they play every second or third or fourth match, and the youngsters play. You get them to play higher and higher and higher. And you know, Sasha started last week. He came on under hell of a pressure this week. He missed the kick in front of the poles. So that he'll learn from. Where Andre kicks over, but then Sasha was really good in general play again, and he got the guys going. Willie, you know, I think Willie's in 97 or 8 test matches now. Again, Kanan was probably a bit underdone at that level. At wing, was he played fullbacks for the Bulls and moved around a little bit, and their defense a bit different. So it's I really believe, we've talked about that, we believe it's a 45-man, 50-man squad effort to 27, because we wanted some of the older guys to try and make it. If they can't, the body's still, we won't. But then the young guys must have enough test caps and experience like tonight. It was awesome for Jaden and Grant to feel, and Ruan, and Elrich when he came on, and Sasha, and Kanan. This is something where Kanan must now, you must eat it up and understand and think about it, and how we're going to get him back, and that's all part of the process. So, no, it's a good mix of trying to build together, old and young.
Rassie, it's very seldom that the All Blacks don't score trying a test. It's actually very, very seldom. So, would you
think, if you look at the defence in this game, do you think that's in a way where the character of the team manifested itself?
Yeah, it's interesting. So a guy like Andre, when he's at 10, he's a demon in defence. He tackles like a 12, so that channel is closed. And Grant is pretty fast, so he covers both sides of a set face. And last week they scored 4 tries. And actually when Cheslin kicked the drop goal, we were going for the bonus point. Because if we were under the pump. If they scored, we were, I think, 4 points up, or 5 points up. But we were also going for the 3rd try, and we could have got a bonus point, which would have put us away in the Rugby Championship. So when Cheslin dropped goal there, we were almost like, no man, let's give the ball a little bit in hand. But then you think about it, we scored 2 tries, and the one where what was disallowed, which was not a try, we accept that was close, and the All Blacks came really close. So well done to Jerry, well done to the boys, and then the attack. I mean, maybe not the most beautiful tries, but it's 5 points.
Rassie, you guys can celebrate 2 wins over New Zealand now, but for you and the other coaches, the planning for Argentina probably starts tomorrow, if that is it. Just how does the lay of the land look over the next 3 weeks?
Yeah, the guys who plays against Argentina already knows. We've already announced that internally, so they know. They've been practicing together already, and we've got 3 days off. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Wednesday night we get together in Stellenbosch. And then we prepare, and we'll send one group over to Argentina, and we'll keep one group back here for the home leg. So that's how we'll manage that.
Just Rassie, you spoke about the week. I spoke about Cape Town being a vibe, and I spoke about the chirps as well. Just what was the vibe like tonight for you guys? I mean, look at this media room with 60,000 people. Unbelievable.
Really? No, you can go, sir.
No, it's exactly what we expected, and from minute 1, people were involved in the game. When the Mexican wave comes out early in the game, and it helps. It does help a lot. You try. Obviously, the game is played on the 4 lines, but the atmosphere, people dancing so happy, they in restaurant in so early, and that's how I remember Cape Town. And it was really special, and we were great. And all the games we play in South Africa, it's just amazing how many people come out, to support us. So we as a group are really we're fortunate as a group, and we hopefully we're gonna keep on working. We will keep on working hard so that they can see. We can't promise a win every single game, but our efforts will definitely show how much we appreciate the support.
I don't know if this is appropriate, but our coaches box is up there, and I've got this medication that makes me must go to the toilet quite often. And as I ran into the coaches box, I thought, no, I'm not going to make this first half. I don't go to the toilet now. But the coaches box is right between the public, the toilet there, and it's a man's and a woman's toilet. And there was a lady that stood there, and the man's queue was long. And the lady said, no, I can go in. And there was a lady in the bathroom, but she was always dressed, everything fine. And I said, listen, I must go to the coach's book, I must. And she said, no, she'll turn around. And then I got stage fright. But that's the vibe. The people carried it. And then the one guy was like a police officer running me back to the coach's box. No, it's lovely what the crowd did. You feel, even when it's not going well, they keep on singing. That's the difference maybe between the Cape Town crowds and some other crowds. They're always happy, even while you're losing. And that's nice. But our Alice Park was also amazing last week.